I'm convinced Sony is just having a blast trolling us Spider-Man fans because this latest update honestly feels like they are just laughing at us right now. But don't worry, it could also be a sign of an official release date or announcement coming soon for the movie. Let's go over all of this. So we got to get a little backstory on this. Back in December, Sony officially announced the directors of the Spider-Verse movies. They had been working on the film for months up until this point, but this is when they came out and said it. And when they did this, they put up this section on their Sony animation website that literally just says Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is a movie that will be coming out at some point in time. And if you scroll down, it has the directors that they just announced on there. Nothing has been said since December, when this is the latest bit we've heard from Sony until now, because they just hit us with like the biggest troll I've ever seen in my life. Twitter detectives who keep an eye on everything Spider-Verse related realized that, hey, a couple days ago this website was actually updated on the back end. What changed? Well, if you go and look at the website, we have an official synopsis of the film, but does it give us any details of the movie whatsoever? No. As you can see, Miles Morales returns in Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, the highly anticipated conclusion to the Spider-Verse saga. That is literally the most nothing burger I've ever seen in my life. But the fact that this update has even been updated the slightest bit recently has a lot of people theorizing about, hey, CinemaCon is coming up in a couple weeks. This is a huge convention for studios to show the movie theaters, hey, we have big stuff coming out. Put our movie in as many theaters as possible. We are going to make you a lot of money. That's literally the entire purpose of this convention. And Sony is one of the studios that's going to be there. Now, we know straight from James Gunn that DC and Warner Brothers are going to be having a huge panel here for Superman. And we might possibly get the new trailer for the movie, or at least a release date for when the new trailer will come out. And this is because Superman comes out before San Diego Comic-Con in the summer. So they kind of got to announce it now or never. But do I think there's a chance that Sony and Marvel want to generate a little bit of buzz about themselves, even if Spider-Verse is like years and years away? I think there is a chance we get just a year release date and nothing else here, like no teaser trailer, no poster. They literally just put up like the Spider-Verse font and be like, oh, 2027 or 2028 or whatever, just to get people interested in talking about Marvel and Spider-Verse. But let's put on our detective hats and figure out when we'll actually get our first teaser and look at the visuals of this movie, because that's what we really care about. If you go back to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the first look that we ever got for the movie was December 4th of 2021, which is pretty much 546 days, I'm pretty sure, in between this and Across the Spider-Verse releasing in theaters, pretty much 1.5 years. So while there's no guarantee that they do the same type of release schedule for the Beyond the Spider-Verse trailer versus when it comes out in theaters, this is the same company, so it's likely it would be similar. And if the trailer came out at CinemaCon in like a week, the movie would be out in September 2026, which I just don't think is possible. If you go from San Diego Comic-Con this year in July and take that same 546-day jump to the release date, that would put the film releasing at January 17th. If we got a teaser at San Diego Comic-Con this year, I don't think this is likely either. January is a dumping ground for new movies. People are going back to school from winter break and stuff. I don't think they do it here. Plus, this movie is going to be in the Oscar conversation for Best Animated Picture, so I feel like they want to release this towards the summer or fall to be in that conversation. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I've been lying to you and withholding a key piece of information that's gonna make you very sad, probably. The original Across the Spider-Verse release date was actually October 7th, 2022, before it got delayed. So that means they released the first look less than a year away from when we actually were supposed to see the final product of the movie. So if that ends up being the same case with this film, we might not actually end up seeing any footage or teaser from this movie until the summer of 2026, which would be absolutely painful, I'm not gonna lie. All I'm gonna say is we better get the sequel before we end up getting Coco 2 in theaters in 2029. If you want to check out my video about that, click above me right now.